And I love myself just the way I am. One more time. And I love myself just the way I am.
Thank you. What a wonderful musician our Carol Elliott is. And here we are in this Sunday. It's self-worth as a spiritual practice. It's so valuable. And so let's unpack this and see what it is for us. So I start with this scripture, which is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Do you know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? What if I just ask that question? Do you know? Sometimes! I get that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It is such a truth that God's presence is already dwelling within each one of us. When I did that prayer retreat, they said we are 100% human and we are 100% divine. Always. We can never be less human. We can certainly act like a crazy human, but we're always human, and we cannot possibly have more God, more divinity, more blessing of the eternal, unconditional love of God than we have right now. It's impossible to separate. We're 100% human and divine. So if you know that, what happens in your life? What happens in your journey if you truly know you're one with God? Or the person you're arguing with is also one with God? It's a spiritual practice. So let's see. Here we are with the wonderful, I love Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, and she puts it this way. You do not have a problem except the one that is in your own mind and you put it there. Can you relate to this? Yes, because we're busy thinking. The thoughts often even aren't our own. They just flow through us like 60,000 a day. That means that if there's a problem, it's in our own mind. And no one else put it there but us. Which is the great power. Because our third principle is what we think creates our experience. So if I look at what I'm experiencing and go, I wonder what I was planning, I can change my thinking and change my experience. And that thinking is involved in how we believe, what we know, what we accept as truth. Now, if I accept as truth is everything is doom and gloom. Nobody understands me. I'm all alone. Ick, poo, yuck. Anyone ever feel any of those? If you haven't raised your hand, you just haven't had enough coffee yet. It's just part of the human journey. We're going to have these thoughts. And it is absolutely amazing that if we rewind and say, I put that thought down, I'll affirm that right now I have everything I need to do what I need to do. I'm filled with love and light and clarity. The wisdom flows through me to make the best decision possible. What's going to happen to my experience? Rather than reacting, I'm going to be responding in a way that might not escalate the situation. If you've ever had anyone in your life that pushes your buttons, that knows just how to get under your skin. In my case, this was my brother, my great teacher. I love my brother because he gave me the constant source to choose differently. Although for decades, and we're talking decades, 6 decades, I gave my power to, he's the enemy, he's wrong, he doesn't listen, he doesn't understand me, like I'm still sharing a bedroom with him. You do not have a problem except the one that is in your own mind, and you put it there. And it's amazing when you change your mind, when you change your heart, your situation changes. Very powerful. And that's all connected to our self-worth, isn't it? Ernest Holmes was a great founder of the religious science tradition, which is a sister church to us. And in this he writes, the road to self-discovery often calls for a clearing away of the underbrush of ignorance, fear, superstition, and a sense of isolation that made us feel we were unworthy, unheld, and lost. It's really up to us. No one else is going to come in and clear our fear, our superstitions, our isolation, our loss. It's up to us. And so that might be a practice of self-forgiveness, a deepening of self-love, a journey of letting go of the stuff that doesn't serve us anymore. Like, my brother is the enemy. It doesn't serve me at all, except to be right. But my experience of my brother now is he'll call, or I'll call, and we have a loving exchange. Talk about everything. And sometimes I call and ask him, hey, I'd like some advice here. And he calls me and says, how can you advise me on this? Huge transformation from the relationship I used to have, which was every phone call ended with me slamming the phone down before the conversation was over. So I've grown and I've let go of those fears and assumptions and judgments that didn't serve me anymore. Anyone have any of those in their life? So you're in the right place. We're in this together. I love it. So Louise Hay, she was a minister, but she chose to focus on the gift of affirmation. She really established a national best-selling industry of affirmations. And she says, you have been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Anyone have an example of how they started to approve of themselves and see how that's changing in their life? Let me take the mic to you so we can hear.
I took a really big step last night and I had a concert here. And I've always denigrated myself as a singer, and you can't do it and you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And, we made a few mistakes last night, but it wasn't a big deal. We took it. It was today, or even last night, even approaching this great moment of courage for me. It's like a whole different, everything is very different now. I tried it. And even if I failed last night, even if nobody came, it would have been okay because I did something that, I was able to take those voices out, those nasty, well, listen to your voice. Oh, you had bad vibrato there, whatever. So, it was really, it's like I'm in a whole world today, a whole new world. So thank you to everybody.
It is a new world. When we stop the old thoughts that don't serve us, we can open up to a much better experience of our life. Yes.
A few weeks ago, you were talking about negations and affirmations.
Yes.
And I have been working on that, and it's been really blessing my life. Getting rid of the stinking thinking and replacing it with healthy, positive things that are beneficial to me in the moment. And that's God acting in my mind and in my life instantly. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Tyler. That's exactly it. It's changing the thinking. And we may have created quite a groove with those old thoughts. We're comfortable with them. We do get comfort from them. It's my problem, but it's mine.
Yeah, I've been doing this LUT program for years, and now I'm in the final run there. But for a while before I registered for these classes, I started thinking, why am I doing this? I'm too old to be doing this. Why am I doing it now? I just need to forget it and go on down the road. And I am so grateful I didn't listen to that. And I talked to other people about it because this is the most fabulous experience I've ever had in my life. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And there's lots to do. But I just love it. I got up this morning and wrote a paper before I came to church. So, but those are those crazy self-thoughts.
Yeah. Thank you. One more.
Can you go back to the homes slide? Yeah, that one. That's totally resonates with me because this clearing away of the umbrage of ignorance, fear, superstition. I have been doing love letters to myself for the last couple of weeks, and I never thought I do that, but I heard it from Elizabeth Gilbert, and I tell you what a sense of peace, because I feel like I'm going back. I wrote a letter to my 9-month-old, to my 2-year-old, and it has been a cleansing. I cry when I write these letters, but then I sleep better. I do it at night. And it's just been interesting. That totally resonated with me, and Miss Holmes quote. Thank you.
And it's just like that song we sang. I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to do except love. Beautiful. So let's not go all the way back. We'll go forward here. And then I wanted to come to this. Dr. H. Emily Cady wrote Lessons in Truth, which is a foundational book. And in truth, for many, many years, in order to be a unity minister, you had to read that book and demonstrate its wisdom, and you'd be ordained. Not as easy as it sounds, because it covers the map of all this stuff. But she says, every man believes himself to be something less than God made him. We got the 100% human, but sometimes we're like, a little divine. You know? It's like, I don't see you. It's always 100%. But we operate our lives often believing, well, clearly the examples in my life is I'm not fully divine and enlightened. The journey of life is accepting everything, allowing the life pieces to show up in our life, to allow it to be what leads us to the next step. It's a love journey, and when we don't love it, we need to embrace it. We need to forgive it. We need to let go. It's a constant process. Self-worth is an issue of self-love. I have the $20 bill story. And Marilyn, don't worry. How much value is this? Anyone? $20. Well, not how much can you buy with it. Its value is $20, right? Now, if I fold it, it's all folded, how much value does this have? And there's times in our life where we get folded or doubled back, have to do it again, or made smaller and smaller. What's our value? It's the same. It doesn't. The value doesn't change. Our 100% divine is always present. Okay, so what if we have? I've been crushed by this. What's the value of this? Okay, I'm going to step on it. Because we get stepped on, don't we? What's the value? Does anyone want a $20 bill that's been folded and... because it still has the same value. And you, in your life, no matter of the bruises, the folds, the tears, the stomps, the falls, you're still the same value. Just as important. Always. It's just, we might be a little wet because we're crying, because it hurt. Grief hurts. And anger moves energy. And fear can halt us. Sometimes for very good reasons. So remember, if you're ever like, oh, I'm not quite enough, just remember the $20 bill. It's always the same value. You always have the same value. So our personal exploration this week is a journey of self-worth. Affirmations are powerful. They're powerful. As Tyler was saying, we negate and then we affirm a higher truth. Here's one. I am worthy of love, joy, and abundance. If I'm worthy of love, joy, and abundance isn't an affirmation that works for you, write another one. But daily affirm something. And there's ways you can look up affirmations and have hundreds of affirmations to say every day. But as we affirm the highest truth for ourselves, we're focusing, telling the universe, this is what I'm resonating with, what I'm ready for. The second one, which Louise Hay also taught, was mirror work. That means you stand before a mirror, look into your eyes, and say, I love and accept you fully. Now this is black belt spirituality. You could get up to the mirror and go, oh boy, I'm not sure I want to see what I'm seeing right now. Well, then close your eyes and still say, I love and accept you fully. And then show a little courage and look straight in your eyes and say, I love and accept you fully right now. Mirror work is very powerful. And you can do it with the bathroom door closed so no one can see what you're doing. The third one is forgiveness. And the forgiveness practice is an ongoing practice. Forgive yourself and others for past mistakes. Forgiveness doesn't mean forget. Because someone could have really hurt you in the past. But if you're holding on to that, the only one who's still hurting is me, myself, and I. But I can forgive it. Forgive myself and let it be where it is in the past. Part of my experience. It's a wrinkled $20 bill. I've been stepped on. I can forgive it. And the last one is release comparison. Comparisons don't really help. Let go of measuring your worth against others. Oh, but they're 30 and they already have $5 million. So what? Doesn't matter. We're alive. We're present. We have most of our brain ability. And I am so grateful that I remain teachable. One of the greatest things I have in my life is I'm open to learning something new. And I've had some great mentors. Joan Kemple is a great mentor for me because she continues to quest to learn. And she's 96. And she takes classes. She's an inspiration for us, isn't she? Yes. So find mentors. They can give you guidance when I'm not quite in touch with what I want because I'm so upset in my life. Self-worth is a spiritual journey to arrive right where we are. 100% human and 100% divine. Thank you.